Siam. Sitsayotsa sitsta. Halsalahel. Utig wheatseed shal. Standing Rock. Utig wheatseed. To our dear elders. Utig wheatseed to each and every one of you from the many nations here. My name is Sitsayotsa. Sitsayotsa. It's a name I carry from my grandmother 7 generations back on my Stahog side. And I know I just seen one of my brothers here from the Tulalip Tribes, Joel. I don't know where he's at now, but he offered, there he is. Hey, good to see you, brother. I didn't know you were here. So when you sang a song from our nation, you brought our spirit here. So I just want to raise my hands to you and acknowledge you, dear brother. I also want to acknowledge some of the family I traveled with. If you want to just raise your hands. Some are in the Sweat Lodge, some of our young people, but I have some of my sisters here from Washington State. And we traveled here to stand with you, to be with you, to pray with you. We want to thank my brother here, Jewel, our Uncle Phil, Freddie, Squaloose. We want to thank all those, Uncle Dale here, or excuse me, Uncle Doug. I just want to thank you, we want to thank you for bringing a piece of our medicine here, the akhpia, the cedar tree. That's our blessing. That's our strength. The elders have said when you're feeling down that you go to the cedar tree. You go to the mountains. You go to our sacred water. And in my son's language, it's Pa. He's Tulalip, and he's Paiute, and he speaks his language. His father has taught him to speak his language. So each morning, he's taught by his elders to give blessings for the Pa. Pisha Pa, Pisha Awotmawa. He says in his language each morning, he gives thanks for the water, and that's the first thing we drink in the morning, is that water. And that water blesses us and it sustains us throughout the day. Because these are our teachings. This is what we've been taught. And we're taught not to just hear the words, but to feel the words. To take those words into our medicine chest, right, Uncle? Those are our teachings from the Lummi Nation, from the Tulalip Tribes, from our longhouses. So we come here to share some of our sacred teachings, some of our sacred ways. But also we want to honor the ways of this land, this beautiful land. This is my first time here, many of ours are first time here. And it is just medicine here. We had a good night's sleep last night, and we seen not the thunder, but the lightning. And man, that was just, it's exciting because it wakes our spirit up. It reminds us, as what my son here, this is Witwa. It reminds us that, as he said it's okay when we're at home, Mom, we have a roof over our head, we have heat, and we have a bed. And he said, but we're not meant to have that right now, Mom. The Creator wants us to feel the earth. And that's why we're here. And that's a beautiful teaching from my 6-year-old son. He knows why we're here. He can feel why we're here. His little feet touch the earth, and he knows why we are here. He knows why we took the journey here. And he's not missing school because this is his school right here. And you, my dear relatives, he's watching each and every one of you and how you care for the land. And how you are here. Like our brother Ruben says, I'm so proud of you. We are so proud of you for being here. Your presence is what makes us strong. It's what makes our relatives from the Standing Rock Sioux Nation strong. When we came here, I greeted my sister. And I held her tight, and that to me was worth the ride, is to let my sister from this nation know, Jody Archibald, Jody Gillette, to let her know that we're here and she doesn't stand alone. We bring our young men here too. We've had many suicides on our reservation, including a couple in the past couple weeks. And they're just our young men. So we have some of our tears too. We're going to be healing as we're here. And we're going to remind each other that we're not alone. That we have meaning and we have work to do here. And so we come here for this medicine as well. My little guy, we traveled to, just recently, the past couple of weeks, we were with the Peace and Dignity Runners. So he said, Mom, tell everybody to make sure they pray for the Peace and Dignity Runners. They're running from Alaska all the way to Panama City. So we were able to run with them in Arizona, Nevada. Who did we see?
Navajo.
He said the Navajo, the Hopi. And when I said that's my son's school, that was his school, because how many kids know where the Navajos live? And the Paiutes. He met many of his Paiute relatives on the road. So that's our education, as he knows what's sacred on these lands. And today he's going to learn what the Sioux Nation, what they're about. When we go to sweat, when we go to pray. So my dear relatives, I just once again, I want to thank you for this opportunity. I want to thank you for your words and for your songs, and to the drummers and the singers, thank you for waking us up. That's the best way to wake up, is those songs. That drum beat keeps us in balance. We also want to thank the cooks and all the helpers, the fire keepers, for feeding us. Give a hand for the cooks, please, and all the cook helpers. And all the generous donations. Thank you all. We feel at home here. It's a very much a peaceful place. I also, I want to thank, there's a young lady here. Her name is Mary Catherine. Can you please stand for a moment? This is Mary Catherine Nagel. She came in from Washington, D.C. She's my sister, and we've been fighting the government for women's rights, for sovereignty. She's one of our attorneys who fights with us on the Sovereignty Initiative. And we want to thank her because we just won a battle in the Supreme Court, the Dollar General case. Thank you, MK. So when you see her, please shake her hand, because so many have worked tirelessly to fight for our rights. And this is one lady who does that for us. And we're also working on the Violence Against Women Act. We have another battle. We won our first battle in 2013. And so 2016, we're writing the next language. And we're going to keep continuing to protect our women, because our women are sacred. Our women are medicine here. So I want to thank the women here of these nations, the many nations. Hands up to you, to our women. Please, brother, let's honor our women in this way and thank them for being here. Our backbone. As my little guy says, women should be treated right, because they're the ones that brought the boys into the world. That's what he told me a couple days ago. So I think there's some ears that our young ones are always listening. But once again, I don't want to take up too much of your time. Thank you for allowing me to speak during this circle. And once again, my name is Deborah Parker, and I'm former vice chairwoman of the Tulalip Tribes. And on behalf of our council, they send their love on behalf of the Tulalip Tribes. We send our prayers, and we will be sending much more coming soon, soon as our council meets. But we just again want to let you know that we're here. All the families back home are trying to find ways to get here, but for those who can't, they're praying, they're lighting candles, and they're singing songs. So That's our way to let you know that we're here with you. ACMT, Gwitsi. Love you all. Thank you. Okay, now